Hi, I'm an exercise-based physiotherapist. I've been that for the last 25 years, but I've been teaching yoga since 1983. I was taught bandhas and breathing when I was 6 years old back in 1966, and I had my first Tibetan Lama when I was 17, and then went to India and I studied with B.K.S. Iyengar, Kepatabi Joyce, Sri Jessica Cha, and I also had wonderful introduction to the Satyananda community back in 1977. And it's been really wonderful being associated with that beautiful place up until it closed not so long ago. I did some retreats and some workshops there, and it's really a wonderful, wonderful thing that we've had, and it's, to me, a great sadness that it closed. I feel, in a way, that the yoga community, as it's represented on social media, has been misrepresented. Now it seems that yoga seems more like either exercise at one extreme, the aerobics of the 2000s, or it's just relaxation and pseudo-meditation. I say pseudo-meditation because, for me, when I first saw meditation, I got shown pictures in my teens of lamas, Indian yogis, sitting pretty much naked on a hill, doing pretty much nothing, but they're without clothes on, and yet they're getting completely warm. This, to me, was what meditation represented. The ability not just to sit still and close your eyes, but rather the ability to control the autonomic nervous system, to somehow access our unconscious mind, the ability to control blood flow throughout the body, to make blood flow effectively while staying really relaxed, to have lots of energy while permeating with love, and the peace that permeates with the parasympathetic nervous system. Most people will not accept the way yoga is being presented in the world today. Most of the time it's represented as overstretching, overtensing, overbreathing. Yoga really is this recognition that our individual consciousness is one with the universal consciousness. The idea that, as B.K.S. Iyengar said to me one time, he said to us that yoga is when every cell of the body sings the song of the soul. And for me, as a molecular biologist, I would put human cells into a dish and watch them grow and separate. And it looks like every cell of our body has a consciousness of its own, a mind of its own. For I believe that perfect health is when every cell of the body communicates with every other cell of the body with good energy and loving information, shares good energy and loving information, which I believe is the essence of yama and niyama. So I think that if the world recognized that it's a connected place, that we are all really brothers and sisters, that we're connected to each other, to the animals, to the birds, the trees, the flowers and the bees, etc., then the world would be a better place, like John Lennon once said in his beautiful song, Imagine. But to have this happen so that people treat each other the same way a mother treats the child who's just come out of her, who she knows is connected to her, then what's important to do is have it happen within their own body, to make it so that people experience practices or part of their life where the body starts to share good energy and loving information inside their own body. And I have found ways of doing this very effectively that I really want to share with other people. I've found ways of making improved circulation while keeping heart rate very, very low. So there's a dominance of the parasympathetic nervous system, that part of the nervous system which permeates with love and peace, happiness, trust and safety, as opposed to what most exercise does. Most exercise, most workouts will overstimulate the sympathetic nervous system, creating that state of flight, fight, fear, freeze, etc., which to me is nothing like yoga. The other types of yoga, I said, were this meditative yoga, which is all very well and good, but most people's meditation means they're sitting in a very uncomfortable position, doing things that are not often good for the knees or the hips. It's certainly not creating strength or flexibility or even moving blood through the body. Meditation to me is that state which is sustainable, engaging, calming, effortless, yet invigorating, and it moves blood in the same way that you see the Tibetan yogi sitting naked on the hill. I've got beautiful infrared video camera footage showing how different techniques that I'm using will actually promote blood flow from one part of the body to another. I'd love to be able to research this more, but this requires funding, obviously. But more important than researching more is I'd like to take the work that I've already got and share it with the world. I get so many inquiries from people who want this information, and I would love to just be able to give it away. But to give it away, I have to be able to continue making it. To give it away, I have to also be able to market my material. I need the ability to make new material and the ability perhaps to have the funding to research. What I have the possibility of creating is the essence of yoga within someone's body, the ability to make them feel blood flow while the heart rate stays low, to get energy while not having to breathe so much, to become flexible without any sensation of stretch or discomfort, to become strong while feeling really tension-free, to become relaxed while still be able to do things. And if you can do this inside your body in the artificially induced semi-stressful situations where you create in a yoga class, then it becomes a model for your life. So I want to empower people with the ability to deal with stress in their lives by teaching them how to be more relaxed while doing semi-stressful things. I want to teach people how to be able to be more content in their life and recognize they can choose happiness and not be bored when repetitive things happen in their life. To be happy with what they've got, to recognize it's a choice. But I teach them using more dynamic meditation systems to get people to move very gently, simple, gentle movements, helping immunity, digestion, reproduction. And when the parasympathetic nervous system dominates, the cellular consciousness is one of peace and happiness and love. And when I get this happening in people's body, they leave their practice and want to actually share that with the world. Thank you very much for the time you've taken to listen to me.